This is Ken the Metal Professor. I am sitting here in St. Mary Hildebrandt Hall in Griffith, Indiana. I am present for Backbreaker Wrestling's Hot Flash. This is the first wrestling show I've covered for WVLP and the Northwest Indiana Wrestling Action Program for like a year. So far, so good. I was able to put all my gear together. There were no cords sitting around from my box where I said, hey, what is this for? The sound is working, I think. The computer's working, the microphones are working. I do have to admit that I'm using Audacity to record this show, and if you follow these kinds of things, you'll know that there is a kerfluffle about Audacity in the programming community because it was purchased by a large corporation who started to do funny things with the privacy policy and data collection, of course. They plead innocence of all shenanigans, so we'll see how that goes. I'm excited to be here. There's been some changes in Backbreaker Wrestling over the last year that we'll talk about during the show, but I'm going to record highlights from matches, edit them down, and you'll be listening to this on WVLP on Sunday night, July 18th, and during the replay of the Northwest Indiana Wrestling Action Program on the following Wednesday. The show is going to begin in about 10 minutes, so I'll pipe it back up and start capturing sound then. The show's open, the national anthem is played, and some refs are approaching the ring. Now, I was not at the Backbreaker show that kicked everything off again last month. Looks like one of the changes that got made is that the refs are not wearing zebra stripes. Some black slacks and nice blue collared shirts, looking pretty sharp up there. Getting ready for the first match here. I don't know what the card is, so this is going to be a surprise to me too. Kevin Graves in his yearbook coming out with Scott Powers. And we'll see who his opponent's going to be in just a second. Starting with Johnny Motley against Kevin Graves. This would be a good way to start things off. I'm excited for the inaugural opening bell. There it is. First match I've seen in a year. Johnny Motley against Kevin Graves. Motley's hair is looking glorious. More glorious than I remember, way down past the shoulders. Kevin Graves' hair is mildly acceptable. It's kind of bushy. I'll allow it. Graves and Motley have locked up a couple of times, had some exchanges. Nobody's coming out on top just yet. Kevin Graves is splitting his attention between Motley and being annoying to the crowd. Motley just kind of shoved him in the face and pushed him into the corner in a very dismissive sort of way. He might have deserved that a little bit. Johnny Motley just came down off the top rope with an elbow to the back of Kevin Graves, and now he signaled he's going up again. And sure enough, Kevin Graves caught him jiggled the ropes, so Motley fell straddle-legged across the turnbuckle, and you know that that's bad news. So it looks like Kevin Graves is going to have the upper hand for a minute here. This could be a very loud crash. As Graves did a suplex on Motley off of the top rope into the middle of the ring. And got a 2 count out of it. And for the second time now, Scott Powers has involved himself in the action while Kevin Graves distracts the ref. Motley's now outside the ring on the floor, having been attacked by Powers as the ref was distracted, and now Graves goes out and grabs him, rolls him back into the ring. Graves is climbing to the top rope. Motley's staggering in the center of the ring. Motley's going to come off the top turnbuckle. Graves is going to come off the top turnbuckle. He missed. That thud and almost 3 count you heard was Johnny Motley slamming Kevin's forehead into the mat, getting a 2.5 count out of it. An exchange of slaps broke down, and both men were just pummeling each other until Scott Powers managed to grab Graves by a leg and yank him out of the ring to safety. Now Motley's reaching over the top rope, and he's grabbed Kevin Graves by the hair and is dragging him back in with a suplex. He went up and over, but Kevin Graves landed on top of him, and Scott Powers was holding on to Motley's feet so he couldn't kick out, and Kevin Graves gets the win. Here comes ref Oscar for match number 2. The room is really packed. That's good to see. Lynn Marie is acting as the ring announcer. I didn't quite catch what she said, but it sounds like a championship match. I do feel a little more luxurious now that Cliff Caviar has entered the room, though. Shooter McGavin looks exactly the same as the last time I saw him. Cliff Caviar is a little more scruffy than the last time I saw him. Rocking the facial hair. Here come the Old West Outlaws to defend their tag team championships. Billy the Kid and Dave the Brave. Maybe it's the time off that I just don't remember details, but Dave's looking a little more svelte than the last time. All right, I just realized I've been talking for like a minute without unpausing the recording. He hasn't said so, but for Billy the Kid in this match, I'm sure this one is for tequila. Let's hope they leave here with the belts. So the room is full. on the bleachers and in the 3-seated sections, I see some open chairs, but more with butts in them than not, which is good news. Wrestling coming back, concerts coming back is all good news. But if I can spoil the night of 50% of the audience, the way this continues is if you're vaccinated. So get it done, folks. One of the other changes to Backbreaker's production here is that the refs have the new shirts, but also the entrance to the ring has moved. I'm in the same spot as I always have been here in St. Mary's Hildebrandt Hall, in the Catholic Church complex in Griffith. The entrance for the wrestlers used to be on the other side of the room. Now it's right next to my table. And let's hope that people can control themselves on their way in and out of the ring. I don't want to be in the danger zone. Cliff Caviar locked up with Billy the Kid. Didn't stay in long. Traded out for Shooter McGavin. We'll check back in when the excitement and the action ramps up. Billy the Kid is doing the rodeo on Cliff Caviar in the corner. Now he's tagging back in Gabe the Brave. He's going to do a cannonball, assisted by Billy the Kid. Cliff Caviar is not enjoying life at the moment. Gabe attempted a pinfall, but McGavin came in to break it up. Earlier, McGavin had been trying to convince the ref that his hair was being pulled. The problem is he has no hair. Caviar tags out. Now it's McGavin and Gabe Brave. That sound of revulsion you just heard from the crowd is because Shooter McGavin took off his shirt. He's wearing an Andre the Giant type singlet, tights, whatever you call it, with the one shoulder strap, but it still exposes a lot of his upper torso, which is very hairy, and people didn't come here to see that. There are kids here, for goodness sakes. It's been a while since Billy the Kid was in the ring. McGavin and Caviar have been working over Gabe the Brave, taking turns at that for a bit. McGavin is just flat out choking Gabe on the apron, or on the mat. Billy tried to come in and help, but he got sent away by the ref. Shooter McGavin had Gabe down on the mat, went to the corner to try to come off a turnbuckle. It spent too much time gabbing with the crowd. Gave Gabe enough time to stand up and clobber him on his way down. Now Gabe's tagged out for Billy the Kid, who's fresh. He's able to take care of McGavin pretty easily. Although I think McGavin may have just tagged Cliff Caviar when he was over towards the corner. Yep, he did. Billy the Kid didn't know it. His back is to Caviar. Caviar is going in, going out. I don't know what he's going to do now. He wants to intervene, but he's not quite sure what to do. During his hesitation, Gabe and Billy the Kid drop Shooter McGavin on top of Caviar. And the two of them pinned the other two simultaneously. So that's like a double victory. Kid, Gabe the Brave remain Backbreaker Tag Team Champs. Now on their way out of the ring, McGavin is pretty upset. He's taking it out on Cliff Caviar. Yelling at Cliff, smacked his head. I'm not always a fan of how Cliff conducts himself, but he doesn't need that kind of treatment. Luis Rojas coming to the ring. Most recent Backbreaker Wrestling Sharpshooter Champion, or Sharpshooter Tournament winner. It's been a year. You can't expect me to remember all these details. I think people are actually cheering for him. I'm not used to seeing that. All right, making his debut for Backbreaker Wrestling, Joey Rancid. You may know him from the family in ARW. Hopefully he'll get to spread his wings a bit here when he's not under the thumb of Ivan Manson and Charlie Jr. So I'm not sure how this will play out. Either A, he'll be a little bit more free to do his own thing here against Luis Rojas, or without having the benefit of backup, things may not go so well for him. We'll have to see what happens. Joey Rancid was a whirlwind for a while, but Luis Rojas got the upper hand and just gave him a slingshot into the bottom rope, right along the neck. It looks like he's going to try to, whoop, he was twisting him up to a figure four, but then he just stomped his abdomen. Oh, but after a whip into the ropes, Rancid did a sunset flip, took Rojas down. Got to control for a few seconds, but now Rojas clobbered him in the corner, and now he's got the upper hand again. He looks pretty proud of himself, too. I think Rojas just hit Joey Rancid's angry button because Rancid decided he wasn't taking it anymore. But Rojas just took over control one more time. He's been in control more often than not so far in this match. Rancid's got Rojas down in a corner. There goes a cannonball right into the head of Rojas. Rojas is trying valiantly to roll away, but it's not going to work. He did kick out after a 2 count, though. It looked like Rancid was about to go for a curb stomp, but Rojas knocked his legs out from under him while he was in the air, and then just did a belly drop from the turnbuckle and got the 3 count. So Luis Rojas does come away with the victory. But on the other hand, I still think it's a victory for Joey Ranson. If this was ARW, the family would have distracted the ref like 5 times already by now. And while he didn't do it to the point where he won, he did it all by himself here, and so that's something to build on. All right, it's intermission time. This is why I like Backbreaker. We get in here at 6, you get 3 matches, you get intermission, you get 3 more matches, and then you go home, and you're home at a reasonable time. Old men like me appreciate that. Kurt Joseph and Brentley Alexander Dawson kicking off the second half of the show. It is what it is, I guess. And here come Jake Roan and Dick Davis to take on Kurt Joseph and Brentley Alexander Dawson, who also have Scott Powers with them. This is sort of the challenge of the reflective sunglasses. Kurt Joseph came out rocking his. Dick Davis came out rocking his. It pains me to say it, but I think I'm going to give the nod to Kurt Joseph. He was rocking those shades pretty well. After a lot of posing and strutting around, it looks like Kurt Joseph and Dick Davis are going to lock up. Kurt Joseph just kind of turns around and tags in his partner, Brentley Alexander Dawson, who comes over and smacks Dick Davis in the face. Does it again. And you would expect Dick Davis is not pleased. So he pulled Dawson's sweater up over his face so he couldn't see. Popped him a few times. As expected, Scott Powers is getting himself involved pretty early in this match. The numbers game is already paying off. Dick Davis is trapped in the opponent's corner. The ref is being distracted by Kurt Joseph, while Brentley Alexander Dawson and Scott Powers tie down Dick Davis. Scott Powers is even jabbing him with his cane. Any advantage Davis had earlier is gone. Several minutes later, and Dick Davis is still at the hands of Dawson and Joseph. Jake Roan has tried to get in there a couple of times, but he's pushed back by the ref. He's also got to keep an eye on Scott Powers, who tends to trickle around to his side of the ring and distract Jake Roan. Davis has a bit of energy left and was trying to fight himself out of the corner, but no luck. He's back down on the mat. Almost sort of by accident, Davis does a body flip into his own corner and is able to get tagged by Jake Roan. They double team Dawson for a minute, almost get the pin, but Kurt Joseph rushes in and yanks his partner back to safety. Now Kurt Joseph is in the ring, but Jake Roan is fresh, and he's giving him what for. That's one of the disadvantages of two tag team partners constantly being in and out of the ring to take advantage of 2-on-1. So eventually that other one is going to come in, and you're going to be tired, and he's not. All of his energy, still can't get a 3 count for Jake Rowan on Kurt Joseph. Big suplex leads to a pin, and just a 1 count. Well, the numbers game got to Jake Rowan too. He's now on the ropes, getting choked by Scott Powers and Kurt Joseph while Dawson distracts the ref. Dawson just dropped a forearm and an elbow onto his forehead. Not a 3 count, though. The crowd is chanting, "Let's go, Jake." Apparently Alexander Dawson even egged that on for a minute. Which maybe was a mistake because he just got a clothesline from Jake Rowan. But they're both kind of woozy in the ring. Neither one is making any progress towards their corners. Well, Dawson got to his corner and Rowan got to his. So 2 for Dick Davis and Kurt Joseph. Davis is winning at the moment. Now he's going to the top turnbuckle. Joseph is turning around. The flying elbow takes Joseph down. And here comes Dawson into the ring for a blind shot to the back of Dick Davis. There was no tag. Ref Oscar is not getting in there to take care of this. So Jake Rowan does his job for him and takes Dawson out over the ropes. No, but Kurt Joseph hamstrings Davis from the back. Took his knee out from under him. Davis is up with Joseph on his shoulders. The ref's distracted. Scott Powers is at the ring. He got knocked down by Davis. Oh, and then he just took a cane shot to the forehead. Joseph is just leisurely draped over Davis. The ref comes around and counts the pinfall. Kurt Joseph just claimed that he and Dawson are the uncrowned tag team champions. The crowd is telling him what they think of that. The flawless one, Dave Allen, has been named commissioner of Backbreaker Wrestling, and this upcoming match is his first kind of official match creation. Richie Rothschild coming out through the curtain. and his opponent is Drex Odell. This match is for the Backbreaker Wrestling Heavyweight Championship. Drex Odell, the current title holder. Richie doesn't waste any time going on the attack. When Drex Odell does a belly-to-belly suplex on Richie Rothschild and the ring doesn't collapse, you have to say good job to the people that set up the ring. Richie just made Drex chase him a couple of times around the outside of the ring and then caught him when he came in under the ropes. After a couple of knees to the head, Richie's up, Drex is down. These two big guys are in a contest of anything you can do, I can do better. Trading headbutts back and forth, and then trading chops back and forth. And now Drex unloading with several forearms to the face in a row. So it looks like he won that round. Yep, Richie went down. Was facing the ref and tied himself up with the ref and was able to give a kind of backwards donkey kick right into the no-nos of Drex Odell without the ref seeing. And now Drex just gave him an uppercut once, twice. Right in full view of the ref. So Richie is down, but Drex is disqualified. So the winner of the match is Richie Rothschild. Over by the announce table, Dave Allen is pacing as these men make a mockery of his first big decision as commissioner. And in the meantime, Drex Odell with another low blow to Richie Rothschild. So Drex gets to leave with the belt. For the main event, here comes Thomas the Benjamin Keith with, for his third appearance, Scott Powers. Well, at least to his credit, Thomas Keith is not coming out to the same entrance music as the Masters do. The other people that Scott Powers runs around with. although I'm sure he offers the same services to Keith as he does the Master, so we'll keep an eye on him. So ring announcer Lynn Marie is explaining that Keith's supposed opponent, Eric Dillinger, is AWOL. They thought maybe he was just setting up for a dramatic entrance at the last minute, but nobody knows where he is. So Keith is saying, well, I'm here, I'll fight anybody, which normally goes badly for people that say that.
He's not here, right? All right? Bro, you need to win that bad in your life to make you feel like a big man. I guess we can count him out for you. All right? That makes you feel better, Tommy. All right. Referee, count this Dillinger out.
The symbolic count out before the absent opponent begins. So Dillinger isn't here, but Johnny Motley's ready for match number 2. Keith did say he'd fight anybody.
Ask you to leave.
So we get a lot of practice counting for this match to start up. First, the count out of Keith's absent opponent. When Keith gained a new opponent, he lost a manager as the ref has ejected Scott Powers, who wasn't going to go until Dave Allen forced the issue. And now the match is underway. Motley, a surprise last-minute opponent for Thomas Keith. Motley just came off the top rope, and Thomas Keith caught him in mid-air. And then did a back toss. Look, it's been a year. I can't remember the names of all these moves. That was quite a feat of strength there in the ring. While this main event is underway, let me give a shout out to another wrestling organization who has a show tonight, Revolution Championship Wrestling, out at the Goodson Center in the South Bend area. And tonight's a special night for them. It's their annual Slam Cancer Benefit Show, where all the proceeds go to hospice care in the Michiana area. Obviously, I couldn't be two places at once, but I hope they had a good crowd, made lots of money, because that's a good cause. Keith is frustrated because he didn't get a 3 count on Motley right there, but it's early. Oh, this is interesting. After a lot of back and forth, it's revealed that, well, there we go. So I was just about to catch you up, and then it's too late. Thomas Keith just revealed that while Scott Powers had been ejected, his cane was still at ringside. He brought it into the ring to try to use it on Motley. Took a swing, Motley ducked. Keith missed. Motley gave him a super kick, and down he went. Out go the lights. So Motley wins this impromptu match against Thomas Keith. For good measure, he brought him back in the ring one more time and hit him with another kick. And then he just stepped on him on his way to the opposite turnbuckle as opposed to the crowd. So unless something unexpected happens, that's it here for Backbreaker Wrestling's Hot Flash in Griffith, Indiana. I'm Ken the Metal Professor. This has been a delayed audio recap on the Northwest Indiana Wrestling Action Program on WVLP 103.1 FM in Valparaiso, Indiana. The Backbreaker Wrestling's the next show for Backbreaker Wrestling is actually going to take place at Indiana Beach, I believe on August 7th. So keep an eye out for that if you haven't seen the details already. Oh, and while Motley was outside posing to the crowd, Keith came to, sort of, picked up the cane one more time, went in for an attack, and for his troubles got super kicked a third time. Okay, now I'm really signing off. I think. Wait, nope. Lynn Marie still has the microphone. Hey, I just said that. Stealing my scoop. So I'm not going to try to capture all this. It'll be impossible. Search for Backbreaker Wrestling on Facebook. You'll find this clip eventually. Details about the show at Indiana Beach coming up next month. And now I really am going to sign off after this. This could be a first, a Backbreaker Wrestling post-credit scene, just like in the Marvel movies. How about that?